I really do have to come clean when it comes to this series, cause it just with any like patterned Minecraft video or anything I've had done in the past, these recordings are always done like recorded first, of course, and then I usually edit them into their own episode afterwards. But one thing that I've never really enjoyed about my style is that they tend to be really outdated. And when I just started editing the last episode of this series, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, like I'm enjoying making the series, you know, it's fun. It's basically all I wanted from a series, personally, to me. And then I'm just like, wait a minute. The footage I'm touching is basically that of last year. And if not, probably even longer than that now. So anything that I usually talk like in-world, or like anything mentioned in IRL, has already passed. Like that episode where my dog, where he was sick. Yeah, that already happened long ago. The dude's all fine. Or the dog though, he recently got, or he's slowly getting cataracts, which kind of sucks, but he's an old guy. He's turning, what, 12? And yeah, it hurts, but I'm mostly glad we gave him the life we did, because that little dude's enjoying life right now. I'm saying that like if he died, no, he's right now just laid down, like, resting because it's cold outside IRL. But you know, when I started doing these episodes, ever since I've been still making the episodes and everything, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, I can't wait to like start touching about this in this episode. Only for that to be, what, 5 episodes later? As I'm editing? And I'm like, you know what? This series needs a little overhaul on editing and honestly just that. Just editing it how it's recorded. So why don't we just start it from the top and just make this whole thing anew? I hate placing these things so much. And as you can see, we start through the house. I just immediately went into it without really thinking why I'm doing this. Okay, so when I was first let me gather my thoughts. Hold on, give me a freaking. Okay, since all the time has passed, can you wait for me? Since all the time has passed, what was it? Basically, anything I did in the episodes would be like what? Like a month or so later, if not? And I would be already doing something completely different that wasn't even mentioned in the episode, or just something. It's outdated, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. The footage was outdated by the time it's being uploaded and stuff. And I figured, you know what? Why not just record a tour of what I have right now so I can get the world caught up and just go on from there. And I'm saying this like if I did things insane. No, the world is just pretty much still not that hugely changed. Just my buildings. That's the best way I can describe it. Okay, so starting off here, second floor of the house. The house is, if anything, has gone through the least changes, I'd say, personally. If anything, I only recently changed this about a weekish ago, because I kept running into little, like, what was it? Tables here that I had originally. I just kept running into it as I kept leaving. And I also decided to change the floor, and I put a chair here because I didn't know where to put this. So I'm like, alright, I'll just shorten it, move it over here, keep the clock there. I like how this is. It's nice. But if anything, I do kind of want to rework the house at one day. Because exterior-wise, I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. I especially love this. Like this. I love this more than my actual house. I love this little like thing I added right here. This little river. I just wanted to add more onto it. And it's just a neat little touch. I don't know, I just like this little like side decorating, and I need to work on the house. Like, I like it, I don't love it though, that's the thing. I decided to add a little bit more onto it, you know, make it seem like it's getting overgrown. Because, you know, it is a house and like a little forest and stuff. But yeah, maybe throughout the future I'll just add like a little bit more trees. I have been adding a few more trees here and there, and I have been basically like cutting, making sure everything's right. This guy gets explained at some point soon. I know it's coming up. You're cute. And now down here, this has gone through moderate changes. Not as much as before. As you can see, everything's off. If anything, that gets me to my next point. Later on here. But, as you can see here, everything here is still relatively the same. The giant change would being just the floor. But, probably like 5 minutes after I built this floor, I'm like, wait a minute. I can't get, I can't do my idea that I originally had with this flooring. Because I have an idea with this flooring, but I just don't like this. Or, no, it's not that I don't like this flooring. I like the little design I made. I just have a better idea. I feel like that would go along better. And here, let me restart the things. Oh yeah, as you can see here, what was it? I still keep my usual stuff. Some extra bits have been added and stuff. Buttons. And I'll show you off all of these once I start the thing here. This thing. I added the cobblestone because it's wood flooring and I don't want my thing to burn down. Hold on, let me restart this first. Okay, yeah, there we go. Right, now to showcase the actual moving parts of the thing. As you can see, here's where, of course, I have my crusher wheels where I have to do the little annoying things and do like the sandpaper and everything. Alright, I have train tracks, but I want to do stuff with train tracks, but I don't have materials to do that yet. Which gets me to another point in the future. Oh my god, I'm just gonna be saying that a lot. This is just a little thing I've had. I realized that I need to smoke. At one point I started smelting stuff fast. Yeah, I have stacks of glass in here. And I'm like, you know what? I need to just make an auto smelter, but I'm like, you know what? Why not add more to it? Why not make it so I can not only blast, I can also wash, I can also... What's this called? Haunting. Yeah, I can also haunt stuff here. And cook stuff with a fire one. And this, I actually need to remember to add the... Wait, this is it. Yeah, the mixer thing. Because this can also be moved. Yeah, like I could swap from a basin to a depot, depending on what I need. And I do plan to change this a bit around more. This little useless barrel part is kind of useless. I can still have a button here. Should it work? Where is the button? What? Did I forget to? Oh no, I had a copycat thing. What the? That's not the copycat. Shut up. I'm stupid. There's a lever right here that's staring right back at me. Oh yeah, as you can see I have a lever and this burns, what, for like 999 seconds now? And I can just do stuff if I ever need, like brass ingots and stuff. This has been unchanged, it's still the usual. There's just now levers to move experience from one side to another. Experience has still been a pain for me to gather. Why is there 61 here? The little levers so I can toggle it on and off if I ever need experience to enchant stuff on my own. Which recently I come across some enchanting books, so I don't really need it as much. This is still named I don't know, but I have decorated a little bit, make sure to store a little bit extra stuff. I did get resource packs. If anything, that's the biggest thing I probably did not mention. I've gotten resource packs so I can actually like decorate stuff here and just get stuff looking actually like nice. Because I'm alright with the regular Minecraft textures, but they felt like they needed more. I will tell you what resource pack I'm using, but I'm using a lot. And not only that, a bunch of them I have modified myself only for my own personal use. And I read many of the TOSs, terms of services, to some of these. And I can't really redistribute them. Anyway, this storage, it's still half and half. It works nice, but I've basically put a chest here on stuff that I need to sort out. which I'm too lazy to do right now. Not only that, it doesn't help that I have storage doors, which is so I can avoid this kind of situation. But hey, it's create mod, you know, it's cool. I could just store a piece of wood and it will go down there and over there. Right? Yeah, see? And no, yeah, legit, that's all I probably changed. Just a lot visually, but not a lot, like, workingly. I did get these to rework where it's just that I press up a button, you know, these move cosmetically. These don't even do anything, these just move cosmetically. These fill up with a press a single button, and if I ever need it, I can just throw a bucket here, and it goes through. Now, another 61, what the... Oh, 61, 61! Okay, I remember what these chests are for now. These chests were in the markings of me making this... Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Even I don't know what I've made in the past. This looks complicated, but I can show you it's all pretty easy. It's just the same old stuff. Oh, this looks complicated. Or this looks like a mess, but trust me, it's for the visuals. And is there anything else I really need to show? Now, as to the future of this, wasn't this? Why is this going down? What? I just saw this go down. It was a 9 before. What? Yeah, it's still level 9. I don't know. But no, yeah, that's another thing. The power there. So as you noticed from the very beginning, since I pointed it out, this thing tends to die on me. And I realize that's just because I keep walking away and ungenerating it, and I keep always having to go down there and generating it. But I also might need more power, because I do plan to have big projects for this area, because this is not just going to be just an industrial workshop. And with that, what I have in the future plan is an engine room, which I will now name the battery room. Now, as you can see, I still have yet to work on anything, because these are just plans I want to do in the future. Oops. And the reason I'm calling it the battery room is because I found out... Oops, not gonna... I found out with this, since this keeps running out of power, I've since learned a decent more about creating. Since, once again I mentioned it, I keep on rendering this, it doesn't save up the lava or collect any more lava in storage for this to use, which leads it to being turned off and me having to go manually turn it on. All I need to do to fix that is just have a spare... what's the name of it? A spare fluid tank, just containing pure lava. Which, if anything, now that I think about it, is just this over here, but I can just move that. But I don't plan to just have one level 9 engine, I plan to have multiple. How many? I don't know, just... I'll see how many I can fit down there. But no, yeah. That's what I have planned currently. I want to have a battery so my engine stops dying. I need to sleep. Well, yeah, no, that's all I pretty much have planned. I just need to make it so my battery doesn't die. My engine doesn't die, and I just need to give it a battery. And I see a zombie. I no longer see a zombie. Out here, once again, I haven't really changed much. I probably added a few trees, so I realized that this patch is just open. I need to add more grass, which is more easily shown here. Now, the village... leave me alone. The village has gone through a few changes, but nothing like huge, if anything. That I can think of at least. Oh, I can see it from here, and I already don't like that. I'll mention that soon. But for the longest time, I always had like a food situation where, you know, I needed food and I just kept going back making food just to come back and make more food. And that's where I added this. I never bothered to fix this. A little like cow milk collecting farm thing. I can't speak today, holy shit. This is where you've been. At least you're alive. But yeah, no, this is like a little bakery where I can make sweet rolls and it automatically makes sweet rolls. As you can see, it's only collecting 1 wheat because it's taking its time. It's something that I just needed slowly over time, nothing I really needed instantly. And if I look here in the chest, it also makes bone meal. And yeah, it just collects half sweet rolls, half bone meal, because, you know, it's collecting wheat, but then I also collect seeds, which I don't really need much of yet. Or have any use of anything. But if I go through here, do I have any seeds of any of mine in my inventory so I can explain this? Don't think I do. I think the best I can do is just maybe some bamboo. But yeah, if I put this bamboo right here, it will eventually go to composter. Bamboo doesn't get taken in the composter. I learned something new today. But yeah, no, yeah, this fills up. I don't have to explain it. It goes into a hopper. Oh. It goes into a... Damn villagers. It goes into a hopper and it goes down here, and this is where the bone meal goes. The wheat, as you can see, it's already getting slowly added in. It gets drawn down here, it gets crafted, and it bounces either to this or this. Oh hey, we get to see an example. You don't need to do that to me. And as you can see, we have wheat. And that usually bounces around. Sometimes it gets on this track, sometimes it gets on that one. Stay in one area, man, Jesus. And then the milk from the cows get added, and we get sweet rolls. Throughout time, this has been slowly filling up. I have what, like, how much do I have? I know I have a fair amount. Yeah, I have 214 in my backpack. As for the wheat, so the wheat needs to come from somewhere, and of course I'm not having this religious work or anything. I need to make a little wheat building, which is this monstration. I fucking hate this. I'm not gonna be sweet around it, I just don't like this building. What's supposed to be the top is supposed to be like a little spherical dome because, you know, it needs sunlight to grow and stuff. It does its job, but it's just ugly. like there's no access to the second... There's no access to the second floor of any kind in here, and yeah, as you can see, it's not even safe. It's not even OSHA compliant. It's not even leveled with the floor. I keep getting pushed. And it just looks bad. I do plan to take this out and completely rework it. There's nothing not gonna change my mind about this. I just fucking hate it. It is horrible. It's built bad, it looks bad. But at the time, it had a use. And I still kind of need that use a little bit. Now, the waystone. For anyone who has always like watched my old streams, which I also need to talk about that at some point. I would always go to a waystone that was always right here. The spot of it was neat, but I felt like it didn't belong right to the middle of the village or anything, or I couldn't really place it in the middle of the village, you know, because of this. So what I did is just grab that waystone and move it over here. What's this? It's no longer just a huge pit and... Why? Can I get you from out of there? Can't use these. I could maybe use these, but even then there's no true access. I'm just gonna bring you guys over here. I don't know what happened here. Oh wait, there's a little access here. But yeah, the little vision I had right here was just having a little pond, and I got that pond, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can add a waystone in the middle and have like a little like shrine-ish kind of thing to it. I'm okay with this. I don't love it, but I'm alright to keep it here because, you know, with the spirits. I feel like it would look nicer with cherry trees, but I want to make this cherry tree right here in the middle a little bit special, you know? Yeah, it's a little bit more charm with just having the cherry tree there in the middle and this Hakiako area. Now, of course, I was going to do something here, but that building got in the way. I'm just going to rework that at some point in the future. And no, yeah, the villagers have actually, if anything, increased count. Too many, if anything. way too many. As you can see, all of them have the Fletcher job is because I need emeralds, because I need to trade with them sometimes. So I gave a good chunk of them just the Fletcher. And as for changes, I think legit that's the whole thing. The tops got wood at some point. I'm not sure if I added that into any past episode because it's been that long at that point for me. The resource pack has definitely changed how this village feels, and it definitely feels a lot more alive. Which I really love of this. Anything really down here? Villagers keep getting stuck in that area. I remember clearing them off of there once, so I'm gonna do it again. The wheat little area here looks way nicer to go through, just because of the resource pack. Which the main resource pack has stayed true, by the way. It's one I've used since 1.16 here and there, and I always keep going back to it. This little path is a more recent thing I added in, personally, like once again a weekish ago, once I came back to this. And anything else? Yeah, just a little path. I can go up here, and you know, you have more access, you can run through the village. I want to add maybe buildings here, maybe like more farms. This house is still here with the windmill. This I've just been getting scraps out of in terms of the items I left back here. The animal pens have rarely, if not barely, changed. They still hold their animals and, you know, they're still there. But if anything, I think my final settings for this village at the moment is that it will be reworked, in a way. I did have past streams where I wanted to rework the original buildings, but at the time nothing could come up to my head. Because if anything, I struggle a lot with ideas. But when I get them, I know exactly how I want to do them. Which is why I struggle a lot with editing and stuff, because I need to come up with an idea how I want the episode to look out, and if it just doesn't look like that, I don't like it. And that's pretty much what a chunk of this series has been for me, with at least more recent, with the more recent episodes. And once again with streams, what was it? I did find streaming somewhat fun, but honestly for me, I just don't think it's for me. I feel like I have way too calm of a demeanor. Calm of a demeanor. What did I just say? I just have like way too much of a calm aura to me. That sounds just even more. Yeah, thank you. Hey, you get to see the drawbridge in action and stuff. But I need to sleep, so this can go away. But back to the streaming, I just feel like I have too much of a calm... I've been told this before. I'm really quiet and calm and collected when I'm by myself usually. And it's just something how I always am. And the only points when I go like acting fun is whenever I'm with like close friends or just good friends. And I don't know, I just don't want to fake I just don't like faking a whole personality for me. Because there was some streams I would try to do that, but it's just not me, it just feels fake. And I just don't want to feel fake. As you may have noticed a little radioactive cat in my house, I did go exploring. I really want to show parts of the footage with it, which anything I'll do now. This isn't the ship, is it? No, this is the first thing, first draft of it. Oh, here it is. SS not found, I forgot. Position. First, let's rotate. There we go. That's the ship I made. Okay, I just realized I just built this on top of something without looking at the ground, but look, it looks like we should be fine. Hey, the letters were added. Is it done? Finished! That's the coordinates I have to go to. That is far, actually. 4,000. Yeah, I'm at 4,002. That's gonna be quite a distance. All right. Luckily, I got the lava buckets to feel my speed. And now, if we assemble. There we go! I now have my ship! It's gonna look buggy in some areas because of how it does its colluding and everything. Ooh. But my ship works! And I'm happy that it works. Oh wait, I'm pretty sure it only does that just because of never mind, okay. I thought it was a camera kind of thing, a free cam kind of thing, but no, it doesn't. What are you doing here? Alright, and off I go. So if I recall, I do have to go this way. Yeah, I guess that's going all the way there. Alright. Whoop. It's gonna be a bit, but I'm gonna get there. One way or another. That is sick. Oh, it's free cam I'm pressing. Oops. By the way, I do want to point out, this is with the lava boosted added onto it. This might take a while. And I go again. But it looks like we're about halfway there actually. We're getting there. We're getting there. Cherry trees too. Whoa. Alright, I think right here would be a good place to park it actually. Ooh, there we go. Ooh. Ooh, that is a weird thing. Rad rock. Acidic rock. Okay, I don't need all this cobblestone at all, but I'll keep like a stack. I thought those were my neighbors. No, there's base coming out of this. Radiation vibe. Enter the toxic caves. That is neat. I don't trust you. What the f— the ooze! Toxic paste. Gamma roach. What? Polymer. Bottle of Radon. How do I get that? What the fuck are you? You peep? Crisis averted. Defeat a nuke leaper with before atomic fireball? Oh. What the hell? But yeah, these are cool. I want to keep these for decoration. But the acid's also cool. Eee. It's a nasty sound. Oh wait, can I just— yes I can! I did it again. Let's go. But yeah, there was some pretty fun stuff I had to do there. Oh, this. Okay, so I needed wool at some point for a little like thing I need to do here on the side. And I'll get to this. But you know, when I went to go do the glowing caves, the map led me to a bad area and I had to do some stuff to fight it on my own. To get there in the first place, I needed something to travel in. I didn't want to use a regular boat because those are just kind of too slowish. I'm like, hey, I have a specific mod that lets me like do stuff. Why not build a ship? And so that's what I did. So yeah, that's where this ship came in. I don't have a name for a ship. Should I name my ship? I don't know if I should or not. But yeah, when I first made this, I had a lot of fun with it. It was fun making it. And, you know, it actually moves and stuff. Now, as for the funny story on this ship, I built this ship on a stream. And if anything, I think I built this when it was like my last like stream at the time. But if you notice something as I displayed the footage of this, have you noticed something really off about that ship in any sort of way? anything. I built it and I wrote it, and at the second I came back from the adventure, I realized I did not have a sail. Funny enough, that whole time, I just kept staring at my ship like, something's off. I'm not sure what it is, but something's off about my ship. And it's weird. Alright, let me line this and disassemble. And, oh yeah, okay, since I used the copycat blocks to build this, the materials just fly off. But you know, that whole time I explored just without a sail on my ship. And funny enough, this ship actually does have, as you've seen as I fall through, a little captain's quarters. But the speed at first was very slow on the ship, so I had to build a little engine room. I got one here. And all these are just engines that make the ship really fast. There's also a little furnace, little cooking area, because I'm like, hey, I want to make this a little moving base. Like an actual base. Like a actual moving base. How many times am I going to say base? But yeah, the main point of it was a movable base where I could store stuff if I ever go traveling, which as you can see, I actually did go here. Books. These books had a reason at first, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't like how I have this so far. So through the help of one mod here, yeah, advanced book, I made a little coordinates book. Cause I don't really use a map mod until now. But even then, I only recently got it, so it's not really marking anything. If anything at most, I just got it to mark my old villages. And if I right click it, as you can see, I can add pages and stuff. I definitely decorated it to myself. Coordinate logs, Akiako, where I have the village, and I just have the marking to it, where I need to go. Little ocean monument I want to travel. And here it is, Acid Caves, Mountain Port, and it goes to those coordinates. Was this anything off about this coordinate? Okay. Really wish this mod, if anything, it's probably, okay, this mod might be outdated at the time because this is a relatively newer mod. But I really wish you can lock stuff in sometimes. But yeah, no, Hakiako is 4,000 and -300. Acid Caves is positive 1,200. No, positive, no, not even 1,200. 12,446. And positive Z 2,373. That's good distance away, I'd say, you know. And since I traveled that far to get out there, I decided to not stop until I got every bit of material there. And I got enough to make everything from the acid place there, so I still haven't messed with anything there yet. But I still have it stored. And then, oh yeah, I have a dark oak forest biome because I had needed to get dark oak. A little cliffside area, if I recall. Hopefully I have that in the little things. Mushroom Island, you know. Just little stuff nearby I found as on my way back. And unfortunately I didn't have this little immersive map on, so it's not really marked on this map. But I do have the coordinate save. That's my backpack. No, if anything, yeah, I got this off a mob. But yeah, no. I do plan to make vehicles in this, which this is the first one. And as for where I want to keep him, this is the area I kind of want to keep him. This is basically a... I'm not really sure how to explain it. Once I get my idea of how I want to build it, which I do have visions in my head of how I want to do it. Everything here, let me probably show you. I want to have like a little port here that's connected to my base somewhere over there. Oops, I don't want to park it like that. Park it, yeah, let me park my ship. Oh my god, I forgot how these control. Sorry, I've been playing a bunch of different kinds of games. Which, by the way, knowing me, I probably might use the music to it. Go play Easy Driving Co., Easy Delivery Co. It is such a neat, small game, and it is so comfy, and it is, the music in it is just amazing. Alright, align, stop moving. There we go. No, yeah, this is where I plan to have the port, where I'll probably have like little overhangs and stuff, wooden overhangs, and make it so you can access. And it's like a little parking area for the ship. Protects it from weather, if I had a weather mod. I mean, I used to, but not really anymore. Because it's the closest thing I have? Probably. I don't know. I used to have a weather mod that I actually really loved, but it came with a little... It had consistency. Speak. Fuck. There was compatibility errors with some of the mods and with how I want to get this series working, so I'm like, you know what? It's something I'm gonna have to sacrifice, but it's something I'm willing to do. Now... Oh yeah, I forgot. I really haven't done this. But... Oh yeah, I got a little goggles resource back. To get up there, I did make a little brass jetpack. But I don't think... Yeah, I don't reach it from there. I got an idea. I just need to go in the ship again. But again, once I build this port, and hopefully it's sooner than I thought. It's just I'll build it, and I fall through the floor again, and it looks nice. Because that's the main thing I want. And I get to go up here. Neat. I don't think there's a hover room for that, and if there is, I'm messing up the controls for that, which I need to repel that actually, looking at my inventory. And... I'm not sure if I put this in any old episode, probably not. I want to say maybe not. But I did leave the scrap of where I used to have it, I think. I don't think I really touched it. But if I go over here... Here it is. I used to have a giant spruce tree farm here where I'd have 2 spruce trees and I would just farm them and stuff. As you can see, I kind of scrapped it. Because I didn't want this anymore. I needed wood because I was starting to build stuff in the workshop, the village, and the ship. And of course I had the wool part, but the wool part was made after I built this. But it was only collecting spruce trees. I wanted more trees. I wanted to add... I did make a little space over here for an oak tree, but it just did not look good. If I recall, I think it was right here, just whole line. So I decided to get rid of that, because sure it was create stuff related, but it was an ugly kind of create. I want to have a thing where, with most of my builds, if it's going to have create stuff, I want to make it at least look nice. And with that, I'm like, huh. Let me just go and build a whole lumber mill, which over here is what I made. I'm not sure if that's working or not, because in my screen that thing is bugging out. Okay, there we go. I had to reload all my chunks. But yeah, this is a little lumber mill I made. As you can see, it's still proof that I built it. You can see the proof of that I built this thing. But I put, I want to say I put good effort in making this. If we go inside, it's just a waystone, because all it is just a lumber mill. And if I go upstairs, I have little decorated blocks, you know, a little clock so it can tell you what time to go to sleep. You can see the little giant gear or cogwheel. Cogwheel? Wheel? A little rotating thing, because one thing I really like is just the spinning parts. Well, now we can see the sunset and the bed. Now, if I go over here and leave this door, you can see this is where all the wood gets collected and processed. It's slow, but it takes its time, and it's ugly. Once again, I plan to rework these. If anything, I just got an idea right now, which, you know, I'll leave hints to future me, because I don't have the time to write this right now. But no, yeah, I decided to just have a singular sawmill. I already have a bunch of spruce wood, so I decided to just make it so it only collects for 1 sapling, and 1 oak, 1 birch, and 1 cherry sapling. I actually ran out of materials, which leads me to another part. But, yeah, no, these materials, I basically had to scrap through a bunch of stuff I had, and used pretty much nearly all of my iron. And I can show you why here in a bit. But you know, all these trees get collected and stuff, and if I bone meal one of these, it gets collected. put in this little trashy collectors, and they do go down. And they do get collected. Those rails are just markings for how far I want it to be. Because there is also modded trees I also do want to collect the wood from, but I would need their saplings and stuff, and I don't really have that in instant access right now. But yeah, these get collected and they come through here. And at first I had the idea to dump them all through here, which thinking I don't really need these here, don't I? These are made of brass and I could use these somewhere else. As you can also see, I also didn't light up the area. I'm gonna go save real quick. But that also needs to be another part. This wheel isn't just decorative. It isn't just spinning on its own. Of course, when this thing has its own engine, steam engine and stuff, and if that steam engine runs out of power, this stops, telling me that, hey, this isn't working. I heard Enderman. Hey buddy. What are you doing in the pit? I heard another one. Okay. But yeah, no, all that wood that gets thrown through here needs to be collected into one way or another. I'm gonna get you. And so that dumps it down here, which gets put in here. A little decontainment unit. These aren't SCP. What the fuck am I talking about? This is wood. But you know, this little decorated vault of where I have all the wood, where they all get sorted into their own things. As you can see right here, I can barely read it, but on the top left it says 1 oak planks because I actually threw oak in there. And 1,724 oak logs, 4,018 spruce logs, 78 birch, 18 cherries, and junk. These first ones are labeled. I actually labeled this as an extra. But you know, I also did build this in mind to make it expansive, so if I ever need to add more wood, I can just expand it this way. But of course, this needs an engine. And with that, I can actually show off the battery idea. This is the level 9 steam engine. Right now it's actually level 2, but this can go up to level 9. This is the steam engine that powers this whole thing. As you can see, I didn't really change the power, but if I wanted to, I can definitely use more of it. And this is where the battery comes in. This is the battery. So if I put any more lava cauldrons right here with lava, they all get collected and put into here. And then which this gets thrown into here. And it's also how it powers stuff. As you can see, this also lights up because, you know, it's putting lava here. It puts the lava right here into this little spout, which is very slow, but it gets the process done. And the hand throws it in there. Basically, what I realized with the level 9 boiler, because I even kept in mind the level 9 boiler I had over there, sometimes the thing would just stop. And it's just because there's not enough lava supplying it. So I figured, hey, why not make more lava than my engine can, needs in general then? So basically, I just have a huge lava collector that gets thrown into here, and this can get full or just be used if needed. But of course, not every blaze needs to be lit up after a while. Whenever all the blazes are in use, any more lava that gets collected through here gets thrown into here, and just gets collected through time. However, I think I'm barely out of range in this, which means it gets collected and it still gets worked, but not enough to store it. That or I just don't have enough lava collectors here. But I do plan to bring this into my own base. But if anything, one thing I can say, I love the way I built this. So many times I had to tell myself to trust the process as I was making this. And I'm kind of glad I did. And I really hope I can bring this kind of building out more into the future. Now, as you heard me say with materials, it took basically everything I had at the time to build all of this. And I'm like, hey, I need to go mining again. Now over here is right now something that I paused, because this, as you can see, is supposed to be like a little mine shaft. Because with the power create, I can get materials, and through the power of some bits of mods, I can actually get a little bit more materials than I thought. And I built a whole machine. But as I was making this, I just did not like how this was looking in any sort of way, or at least, no, I like the outside. I'm not gonna lie about that. I do like the outside. I like the little gate here. I think I might improve this. But I had no ideas when it came to the inside of the mine shaft. My first idea was if I make a hole here, yeah, I blew up some TNT and was planning to make it just go down here, because if you remember originally, there was an igloo down here. And with this igloo, I basically just took that little hole and just put a bunch of TNT and blew it up. But I did not like how it would look if I made that, so I'm like, hey, let me make a mine shaft. And then ideas just went out of my head. I had nothing to build this with. So this little house here is supposed to be something for like a little mineral house. Like it just collects minerals and stuff. That's where I put my stone cutter. And it's also, once again, just like a little sleeping area and sleeping quarters if I ever need it. But this needs to be worked out in the future. This is the most recent project that I've started and once again stopped because once again, I did not like how I was making it so far. I did plan to make it, yes, over there. If you can see over there, I did at first want to make it through there because like, hey, it's a little like stone area, you know, I can make a mine. But I then got the idea of the mine shaft, and that's when I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just do that there. And I don't know, it's just something I always fight myself with a lot. Like if I'm building something, this is a series. I want to make it something I can be proud to show off. And my own judgmental thoughts of that just makes it so I can't do that yet. Or like, I want to be perfect with my builds. Because then, at least the lumber mill, for me, it's sufficient enough to be like, hey, look what I made! I made that! And this, so far, didn't turn out to that yet. I just need more ideas for it. But, no, yeah. It's not just that I've just been working on these. I have been making, like, thoughts without the thoughts of how I want to build the area and stuff. I already have ideas of how I want to build stuff, you know, this little forest. I want to connect these villages all together in some sort of way. And this is like basically like a little continent area I have right here on my own. I can also make something over here, make a little like other area, maybe connected with these villages and stuff. Where's my home village? Yeah, this is the Plains village I was at first, and my house is like, what, like right there somewhere-ish. And in terms of that, I think the only biggest thing I've done is maybe explore, but even then it wasn't, in my personal thoughts, too entertaining. But luckily, with have you seen the Skyblock episodes and stuff, it's something I'm actually proud of slowly now turning. What? What did I just say? But no, yeah, as you've seen with Skyblock episodes, the Skyblock episodes have actually been something I've been wanting to make out of ever since I started this channel with my first Minecraft video, because I'm trying to make it cinematic and all stuff, and it definitely shows with my long knowledge at the time. I mentioned this in the Skyblock episode during one of the time fast travel. But no, yeah, I do have future plans for this village, this world. Here, a skeleton. And I really just think, given enough time, I'll make this world look nice and have it be something I'm very proud to show off one day. I'm just glad that if you're still watching these, thank you for watching these, and I hope you stuck around with me in the future as I make more of these, because, to be honest, well, I'm really fighting with myself a lot when I'm making these. What? What? Okay, this mod's broken. And no, yeah, that's basically what I've just been building on the side. Not really much, I'm sorry about that, but as I was editing the episodes, I felt like there was a connection missing with me in the episodes as I was making these. And hopefully with the stuff I changed with the mods, I can rework that and make these episodes something into byproducts I actually like. And no, yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. I hope your day, week, month has been nice. And for your own sake, and my own sake, because really, I cannot say this enough, go hug the loved one. You'll never know when's the last time you see them.